Today is a day we have been waiting for last 2 years. We as a team at IBM and EduGuy. Because today we are launching our dream project. Today we are launching a test that's going to change the life of the million and billion of youngsters all over the world. And today, here we are, right at 5 p.m. We are launching ECPT.
It gives me tremendous pleasure to be here at this launch for a couple of different reasons, right? So, three in particular. There have been, we've always focused at IBM on three key priorities uh, in 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 business and also what we do for the society. Clearly, education and skills building has been at the forefront of a lot of work that we do, both for our own um, employee population, as well as what we are doing, particularly in the markets in which we operate. And in India, it has a special meaning because that aligns us very clearly to something that we believe in, and that our honorable Prime Minister has established as making India the skills capital of the world. So that's one key factoid. The second area, which is really important, is driving artificial intelligence in a way that has and creates responsible applications. And what better way to use AI for a responsible cause, such as ensuring that the young minds that are being educated, that are starting to think about career aspirations, etc., we can use artificial intelligence in that space. I mean, clearly, I think all of us have gone through that predicament as to what is the right career, what will be good for us. As a matter of fact, dealing with college age kids, I have my daughter who asks me that a lot of times, and this would be an invaluable kind of a tool that would enable all of these kids to at least get some direction and get some guidance in terms of what they would be most adept at. And then the third area, which I think is very relevant for us as IBM India, is we have served in India as a microcosm of the IBM Corporation, and we have always believed in the notion of being in India, um, for India, that and making good innovation in India for India that can benefit the rest of the world. And this again is a great example of how I think some amazing minds at IBM, working with some amazing minds at eduguy.com, have built this amazing product that we are all extremely proud of, and which we would hope would enable the future generation in India to really progress and move forward. So I want to first compliment the entire team, the joint team across EduGuy as well as IBM, for going through this process, building this amazing application. I don't believe the Skills India mission is going to change. I think what this does is it actually strengthens the Skill India mission, because what this will actually do is it will get people a lot more deliberate about the kinds of skills that they want to develop to essentially pursue the careers that they are suited for and their dreams. So I think this actually strengthens, as I said right at the beginning, right? This is really important for us as well, because we have always aligned and we believe very deeply in the Skills India mission. We believe that skills and the renewal of skills, particularly post-COVID, I think is going to become very, very critical for everyone. All people who are already in the workforce, and people who are coming into the workforce. And so this is something which hopefully will direct people and focus people in the right direction to develop the right kinds of skills, and hopefully help them pursue their dreams and passions as well. So that is what I would leave you with.
Hi everyone, my name is Rebecca, and I am teaching locals and foreign students for over 10 years in international schools of Singapore. When it comes to choosing career path, students can get really unsure, and so I would like to talk about EduGuy, and it's a career predictive tool which helps ones identify skills, interest, passion, and equip you to give you a detailed description of courses and colleges that one student want to pursue. And EduGuy, it just not only help you guide with the proper career choices that you want to, but it also helps and clarifies your values and dreams that identify your strengths and create a plan for the next steps to move into the career that you love. So I would recommend EduGuy. Thank you.
EduGuy is one of the leading educational services company in India and is about to launch its career counseling service called EduGuy Career Predictive Tool, ECPT, which is a state-of-the-art career counseling app powered by IBM. To take ECPT, go to the right-hand top corner and click on the login option. Enter your login details. The assessment consists of a series of tests over a span of 120 minutes only. One, which is attitude, identifies the quantities that form an individual's distinctive personality. It contains 42 questions and 30 minutes to complete this test. Step 2, aptitude, measures your ability to do a certain kind of work. The total time required to complete this section is 1 hour. It consists of 6 subsets. Last category of the test, aspirations, is an easy way to discover more on your interests. The test contains a total of 62 questions. You will have 45 minutes to complete this test. Completed all the 3 broad categories, you will be able to generate your assessment report by clicking on the report button. EduGuy Career Recommendation Report will show you the best 3 career choices for the student. Along with the top 3 recommended career choices, EduGuy ECPT also provides with an in-depth analysis on each test taken by the student with the detailed profiling of the student's area of interest and improvement. You have the option to download the report for further reference.
Hi everyone, my name is Smita Ganguly and I'm here to speak about a very new application that we stumbled across. As you all know, we are undergoing a very difficult time due to the lockdown, and especially so our children. And the children who have just joined class 10th and class 12th, the career path in front of them is not very clear for them. So during one of the evenings when we were just sitting around, and of course like every time the digital technology came to the rescue of giving some relief, and we stumbled upon an application called ECPT, that's the EduGuy Career Predictive Tool from EduGuy. And just for the sake of it, we tried it with my son who is now in the board exam. And we were extremely surprised with the results that came out. He is in the commerce stream and he tried the test, but the results that came out were not the regular productive results that you might think about. The career options that were given to him were absolutely varied and different than what we as parents would probably think of the child doing.
EduGuy Career Predictive Test by EduGuy will surely act as a fundamental point of reference for counseling for students and parents alike. Students in high school, in senior school, are often very confused because they're at crossroads and are unable to decide on the choice of subjects. Taking ECPT will surely be one of the biggest advantages for students, as it will help them make some very credible career choices. Students can find more than 2,000 career recommendations by taking the ECPT test. ECPT The test is divided into three broad categories of attitude, aptitude, and aspirations. This will help them identify not only the areas for improvement but also their strengths.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Vishal Kumar, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about EduGuy ECPT tool. During this lockdown, I know most of us, not most of us, almost the entire world was locked down, in their own houses, and just likewise, we were in the same condition. During this time, I thought of utilizing this digital platform and see how I can research about my son's future. He is a very brilliant child, a very bright student, but still he was a little confused about where to go. So one day we came across this ECPT tool, which is EduGuy Career Predictive Tool. Fantastic tool. My son went through an exam, and it came out with a lot of career options, which even I was amazed with. And the best part about the result was that the result was completely based on his interest, his mental condition, his psychological ability, and it came out with some amazing thing which helped us as a parent to guide our kid in the right way. So a big thank you to ECPT and the entire team of EduGuy for producing something amazing tool for all these youngsters. And be rest assured, I can certify that this is going to change many lives in future. So thank you once again, EduGuy, and we wish you all the success. Thank you.
Hey, so all this while I was thinking that fashion designing is the career for me. But after using the EduGuy Career Predictive tool and giving the test on attitude, aptitude and interest, I found out that hospitality is the career for me. And guess what? I'm not giving a second thought on that. Whatever ECPT has got for me, I'll go with that. Thank you EduGuy, thank you ECPT.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to EduGuy Career Hour. EduGuy Career Predictive Test, also known as ECPT, is a state-of-the-art career counseling service powered by artificial intelligence and deep learning. This new tool is a unique software product and one of the most advanced career counseling service provided by EduGuy and IBM jointly. ECPT is a 20 minutes AI-powered career test that has 3 segments in the module highlighting IBM's a 3A career recommendation framework based on the foundation of 3 factors: attitude, aptitude, and aspiration. Depending on the score one gets from aptitude and attitude sections and interests shown, this AI algorithm discusses the user's true potential, ability, and in the end provides with 3 best fit career recommendations. The scores are represented with a spider or web chart and a 2-dimensional chart that plots the series of values over multiple quantitative variables expressing one's strength and weaknesses. ECPT helps a student or a young professional too, gets a deep understanding of oneself in terms of one's interests, aptitude, and personalities, understands one's best fit career field, and steps to build a fruitful career in those, clear one's career confusions, and prepare a career plan after an AI expert analysis. Develop plans for skills and personalities, get personalized and holistic career guide approach. I request my IT team to slide share today's event. Thank you. So today we are going to talk about fine arts. Fine arts today is the opportunities in fine arts are increasing at a very rapid rate in the various sectors. Presently, to obtain excellent salaries, popularity, and prestige, youth population of India are getting attracted to this field. After completing graduation, students have a choice to work as an art teacher, artist in government offices, or a photographer. You can also start your career as a freelance worker and go for direction, clothing, photography, television, and fashion. Today, to speak on fine arts, we have Mr. Gautam Das. I would like to give a short introduction about him. He's a professor in design in Vishwa Bharati Department, Kala Bhavan. His area of specialization is ceramics. He's been awarded many awards. Charles Walls Trust Arts Awards in Ceramics, Edinburgh College of Arts, Heriot-Watt University, UK in 1998. He was invited to participate in International Terrestrial Ceramics Workshop organized by the Lalit Kala Academy, New Delhi in the year 2001. He was also invited to participate in All India Ceramic organized by the Lalit Kala Academy, Calcutta in 2001. He has published many research projects, papers and books. He has done solo exhibitions sponsored by Birla Academy of Art and Culture in 1989, travel exhibition in UK in 1990, sponsored exhibition by British Council Kolkata 1993, sponsored exhibition by British Council New Delhi 1994, sponsored exhibition by British Council Madras 1995. I invite Mr. Das to take the session forward. Please unmute yourself, sir. Over to you.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, you're audible now.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, sir. So please tell our students who are live with us today on Facebook, they would like to know careers in fine arts and what fine arts is all about. Show us the bigger picture of fine arts.
Actually, it's a fine arts is a broad category that refers to an art form that is practiced for its beauty and aesthetic value instead of its functional value. It also has to serve some practical, functional, such as pottery, textile, and many others. In fine arts, have different media. So students can choose painting, sculpture, printmaking, that is graphics, textile design, ceramics design, and students can make their career through history of art. So have broad prospect for the fine art students. Actually, when students are coming to the institution, that time students are totally, when they're coming from their dream object, they're thinking to be an artist, become established, be a self-artist. But when they're entering the institution, they're learning different media, different subject. And their career starts a different way. Artists can be made an independent artist, that is freelance artist. They can sell their own work to the gallery and different corporate house. Art students can go for art history. Art history students are doing many history of, as a historian, they can establish as a art critic, art journalist, as a professor in art history, interior designer, school teacher, art teacher, university professor, assistant professor, associate professor, can make their career as a gallery curator, museum curator, as an art director, web designer, graphic designer, illustrator, product designer, character designer in animation, art direction, art therapist, set designer, and interior designer for their career. They can do the landscape designer. They can work themselves as an architect. So there is many prospects on it. Arts can be a set designer, art in cinematography and theater designer. Many of prospects of in careers there. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So there are a few questions that we've received from our audience. And also, whenever we talk about fine arts, a lot of people come up with questions, which I'm sure you're the best person to answer to. So, like you mentioned, that freelancing is also one of the career options that you can choose after fine arts. So, is there an experience required to become a freelancer, and how do you market yourself? I mean, based on what would a gallery buy your artwork?
Actually, art practice is very important for an artist. Actually, when they're entering the institution, they're choosing themselves the subject. And if they're not doing art practice, they're thinking for the different way, because they're thinking to do the job in the school or in other career. But if in art practice, they can contact directly to have different many different scholarship in abroad in different countries, so they can go through that through the art practice. Art practice is important for students when they are becoming an art student.
Thank you, Mr. Das. So, art is more of a passion. I feel that to become an artist, you have to be very passionate.
Definitely.
So, at what age or stage of life that a person can think of becoming an artist and start pursuing? Because I'm sure a lot of us who are in different jobs, but inside them there is a hidden artist. So, suppose somebody is working, has already chosen a career path, has done education in that particular field, and now suddenly, in late 20s or mid 30s, wants to become an artist. So, does he have to go through a formal education, or is there a crash course which is available that he can, do and enter into becoming an artist?
Actually, see, if someone is want to do their career, start career through the art practice, so they should go to the institution. And there is short course, but it's a maximum is a 1 year, minimum is a 1 year course. It's there. So 1 year means it's not full 1 year. It's around 8 months course. So there is some vacation, some other holidays. So it's total, I think it's 8 months. We have that course we call 1 year Indian casual and 1 year foreign casual.
Okay, sir. So, would you be able to suggest our audience some good colleges to proceed with a career in fine arts?
Actually, see, in different provinces have different colleges. If I first choose the West Bengal, in West Bengal have many institutions, many art schools, like Vishwabharati University. One of them is the best institution in the India now. So, and after that, it's in Bengal Government College of Art, Indian College of Art, and in Rabindra Bharati University and Kollan University only serving the masters, and have many other private institution, fine arts institution also in Bengal. And in Delhi, have a Delhi College of Art and Jamia Millia University, and now it is Sib Nadar University also serving fine arts, and others I think is there in Delhi, and in MP have UP have many also. It's BHU, Banaras Hindu University, and Lucknow University. Lucknow will be the 100 years is this year, so it's just a very old institution. And in South have Chitrakala Parishad in Bangalore, Andhra University, and in Chennai, it's very old university. I think it's after Government College of Art developed Chennai University, and Mumbai JJ School of Art, and in different provinces have many institutions, art institutions.
So, Mr. Das, is there a selection? Is there a criteria to get into these colleges? Any particular cutoff that a person should have, or a particular stream in class 11th and 12th that a person should choose to go ahead with this career option?
Actually, see, there is no cutoff marks in 12. So any students can choose their subject as a fine arts. So actually it depends on admission test. It's very tough admission test. That is which university I'm serving. So this year in pandemic situation, nearly 2,000 students applied for fine arts for Kalabhavan, and we select only 55 students. Can you? So it's very difficult to get the chance also.
Wow. So another question that comes to my mind, and after listening to the different career options that you mentioned, so when we hear fine arts, all that we can think of is painting. But after hearing to your session in the beginning, you mentioned that there are a lot of other things that are a part of fine arts.
Many other, yeah.
Yes. So I request you to please elaborate on photography, since today we want to capture all our special moments, be it weddings, all big fat Indian weddings. I think photographer and videographer plays a very important role, or be it a baby shower, pre-wedding shoots. Every moment people have become so particular and excited about capturing. So it's a great career option. So if you could just explain a little more about photography.
This is photography also is a part of that fine arts, but not. It's definitely it should be a creative photography, not as a direct wedding photography. So they are not choosing their career as a that photographer. So definitely it's a creative photography they are choosing. Some of my friends, colleagues are doing also based on photography work. So photography is also part of that, but not as a wedding photography. But if it is creative wedding photography, then it's okay for their career. They can choose their career.
So, like, I would like to refer to the movie Three Idiots. I remember R. Madhavan wanted to become a wildlife photographer, but his father wanted him to become an engineer. But I don't think that is the case anymore with Indian parents. I think people are becoming more and more evolved about fine arts as a subject and a career option, as you said.
Yeah.
So, what are the qualities that you think a person needs to become an artist?
Actually, first of all, they should practice from the beginning, from the school section. So it's come from their own mind. It's not pressurized. If you pressure to the students to do the drawing, do the painting, they will not do. That comes through their own mind. And if students are doing later on, it's like 11, 12 students also going through the practice in art. So then you can think for the career of them. It's like that. So after school time practice, it's very important for the get a chance in the institution, fine arts institution, and it depends how much you are practicing to entering the institution. And
I think, sir,
more. Yeah.
Apart from that, I think patience is also very important to become an artist. Every little detail to make a picture look live. I think every minute detail has to be taken into consideration, and to get into those detailing, a person needs a lot of patience, I believe.
Yeah, that's very true. Actually, it's each artist need the patience, that patience.
Okay. So, interior designing is also a part of.
Yeah, definitely. After completing the course, some students are going through that interior designing, landscape designing. They're working with the architect. It's mural. They're doing a lot of big project on a different wall. If you see this different station, different metro station, you'll see there's a lot of artwork. So who has do this? It's all art background students that did that, artists that did that. So many project, many outdoor sculpture is doing uh, that.
Okay, sir. So, if you could also, I think, a very important aspect of any, whether it is passion or any job choice that a person makes, I think salary plays a very important role. I'm sure our audience would like to know that even if they choose fine arts as a career option and it is their passion, what kind of money can they expect from different fields?
Actually, it's different. If some artists, some students choose their own self freelance artist, so they can earn any amount, any amount. And if they are choosing the job, school job have not that much salary, but if you think about the university colleges, so nowadays starting the salary is 70,000 and colleges, university, and professors are getting nearly 3 lakh salary in the central government university. So and different art director, art curator also earning that amount of salary. Art director also getting it's a very good salary. It's depend on, and which, if you are working with under good company, so definitely you will get the good salary. And if you are selling your own work, that's also there is no limit.
Okay, Mr. Das. So, also, I think salaries. I'm very surprised and very glad that even after fine arts, if that is the kind of salary a person can expect, then why look anywhere else? If this is your passion, and if a hobby gets you so much of money, why go anywhere else?
It depends. If there is no any doctor, so how they will solve that situation? You see this pandemic situation, they are hats up them. So they are also helping us, every society. So artists have the second, the artist. Yes, if functional artist is important for life. If you wake up and you will start using your brass. Who made that? That brass? Who made that chapel? Who made your shoes? So it's very important. Without art, without design, you cannot live. You'll start your morning with the brass. You're brushing your teeth. You'll wear your chapel design, and you'll wear your clothes. Fashion designer did it. So you have to depend on art, on designer. That's very important for the society, art.
Very well said, sir. So, our new generation is too much into, they want to make it big. They want their name, they want fame. So, how would fine arts bring that fame to them? We've spoken about the money and, the perks, but how can someone become popular through fine arts?
It's actually, fine arts also is very important career as a fame. So I think who are interested in fine arts, they know many of the artists' names who lives in India. Many important artists lives in Kolkata, lives in Delhi, lives in Mumbai, lives in other places. So career-wise, fame-wise. It's fine arts also another. If you have passion, if you have that full passion on that, so definitely you'll get that position.
So, with so much of experience that you have, we would like to know your journey. Please tell us how you got into fine arts. When did you decide that this is what you want to do? Just share your experiences with us.
It will take lots of time to discuss about my career. Actually, I born and brought up in village. That is nearby river, And actually, it's from my beginning, my practice was with a clay, with a drawing. And when I was in class 10, I decided to go fine arts. But my parents was not allowed to me to come to after secondary education. So I went to 11, 12 class again. So I complete my 11, 12 class. And in the 11, 12 class, I have not that much, patience to go to the college, go to the school. So I start in the room to make drawings and different cards, different clay modeling. And that was my practice too. And my teachers said that time, I studied 11, 12 in college. And my principal wrote to my father. He wrote to father, so you should send your son to an fine arts institution. So actually, after that, I start graduation also. So and then I came to the Kalawabun for admission test. And first, I have got that chance, and I informed to the institution, my college, where I did that graduation. I have not completed graduation, but I did file first year only. Then I got in Kalawabun chance, and that starts in 1983. And 1983 to 90, I was in students in Kalawabun, and after that, in 89, I got a very good chance to one-man show in Birla Academy. That is sponsored by Birla Academy. And then I exhibit my works in Birla Academy in 89. And suddenly I have got a very good paper review on Saturday supplementary full-page coverage in Statesman. And then I my oil research talked to British Council. So why you are not showing your supplementary? At that time, Statesman was a very popular magazine, popular papers, newspapers. So I went to British Council and applied for visitorship, and I got that visitorship. And 1990, I went to England to visit as a visitor, British Council visitorship. And I have got a chance for a show in London. Through West Bengal Craft Council organized my show in London. So that time I was 3 months in UK. I traveled many museums, many colleges, like Royal College, like Central St. Martin, different colleges. I was 3 months. So 3 months I explored whole England and nearby Dartington, different places. So that was the actually British Council project to visit to different Henry Moore Foundation and other museums. And that was start my career. After came back to India, I got Lalit Kala grant. So I start my works in Kolkata, Lalit Kala Kesala, the Lalit Kala Center. And in between, I've got many exhibition offers from British Council. So Delhi British Council offered me to do an exhibition, and I got a chance to make a huge mural in Delhi British Council. So that building made by very important architect, Charles Correa. So I did big work in Charles Correa's building. And in between, I've got interview in my institution. So I got chance as a lecturer that time in 1994. And still I am here. I am teaching as a professor. And in between, I have visited many countries. And after that, I have got Charles Wallace. Again, I went UK. I went Edinburgh. I was in 6 months in UK, Edinburgh that time. In many countries, I exhibit many award I win. It's just career. It's almost my teaching job is nearly 26 years. I have already served by university. That is my career.
That's some journey, sir. So much of experience, and all that I could hear was that it just went bigger and bigger for you. So hats off to you, sir. In a few years, I wouldn't say many years back, but few years back, taking a stand for yourself and then finally realizing and pursuing your passion is a great inspiration. I think obviously your work is so huge to inspire all of us, but more than that, it's the spirit that you held that took you to different places, as you mentioned. Today we hear this word a lot of times, modern art. How do you think that, and from that time to today, how has art progressed? What has changed? And what has developed?
Nowadays is installation art also came. New media also different is another practice, new media practice. And installation art also is newly students are doing. And it's very interesting installation in different ways. Also, it came to the what I'll say that new media have different subjects. Came it's a therapy. It's art therapy also included in new media. So that also it's good for the careers foreign students. After graduation, they're going to the have few institutions for as a career for art therapy as a career. So it's different medium, and times simultaneously students can choose different subjects. Like music also another part of in our institution. So see, music, performing arts, also some students going to that. Like that Shotrit Rai also was our students in Kalabhavan. He was also in students Kalabhavan. So he was the students of Binod Bihari Mukhopadhyay. So he was very much interested in photography and illustration. So illustration also is a very good career for an artist. For students, they are also choosing illustration in different magazine, different newspaper. Artists are doing that also. So it's a career, and as an illustration, it's also very important in fine arts. And animation also is very important in fine arts. Many students are going to the animation. Nowadays also many animators need for the different institution for the animation. So it's a very important also part in animation for the career.
So any career that a person chooses, suppose like you mentioned, animation or art direction. So is there a hierarchy that is followed when you join an organization in this field? After your graduation?
Actually, we are not teaching that art direction, but through their practice. If someone is choosing art history, and they're going through that also, they're learning many as art journalist. They're going to the art journalist. They're doing art journalism. As a historian. So we have no directly teaching art direction, but definitely it's when, and also exhibition designer also coming as a career, can do one students as a exhibition designer.
Okay, sir. So, so you also mentioned about clay modeling and sculpturing. So, if somebody wants to is interested in clay modeling or making sculptures, is there a special qualification that is required for this?
Actually, clay modeling, it's we have a sculpture department. We have a medium sculpture. So students can choose the subject and see. We have a actually 1 year preparatory course. So that course serves all departments. So that time students are learning many subjects, many media. Like students are learning textile, students are learning ceramics, students are learning sculpture. So after first year, in second year they're choosing their own subject. They're going to the specialized subject. So if they're choosing the specialized subject, so they can go through that subject. Otherwise, as a practicing artist, as a painter can do a sculpture, as a sculptor can do a painting. So it's not a mandatory. So you completed your graduation in sculpture, you cannot do the painting. It's not that. It's a practicing, how much you are practicing with that medium. That's important.
Okay, sir. I think that was very self-explanatory, and I think what you're trying to say is that everything is interlinked, and once you get into fine arts, you have to study all the subjects till you choose where you want to take your career forward in.
Yes,
is that
yes,
correct?
yes.
So so in the beginning of the course, you have to study all the subjects.
Yes, definitely. For 1 year, you have to study all subjects, and next year you have to choose your own subject. That depend on in 1 year how much you did your group works. So that depend also that. So which subject you'll choose from next year's specialization. And so you know that before entering the institution, students have no idea. They thought only there is an institution have painting and sculpture. When they're entering the institution, they're getting many subject opportunity. So they're choosing their own practicing subject also, medium also.
Mr. Das, we've received a question from one of our live audience, and they want to know, one person is asking, I have a knack about batik print. How can I carry it forward for specialization?
Yeah, we have a department of design. There is a textile subject is there. So we have fully batik subject also is there. Batik, badni, different print making, different print, block print. We have that courses.
So, our aspiring fine artists would also like to know, is there a scholarship scope to get into these colleges?
Yeah, in India have many scholarships, and in foreign scholarship have also. And India have that national scholarship, Lalit Kala scholarship, Ministry of Human Resource scholarship, and foreign scholarship also have UK have many scholarship, and French scholarship, Chinese scholarship, Japanese scholarship, and many of scholarship have there. So it depend on their own that confidence to get that scholarship. That's also important.
And so based on what do they get scholarship?
Pardon?
What is the criteria to get the scholarship?
No, that is actually, so there is every subject have, every medium have that competition. So you have to go through the competition.
Okay,
everyone
understood.
not getting the scholarship.
Okay, understood, sir. So, is there a scope to go abroad as well for a artist?
Yeah,
if somebody wants to work abroad?
Definitely. Like in our institution have MOU with different universities. We have a MOU with a French institution. We have a MOU with Thailand, one finance institution. We have a MOU in Netherlands, one institution. So our students exchange. We are exchanging the students' facilities. So semester exchange. So our students going to France and their students coming to our institution. So that exchange we have that exchange program, semester exchange program also. And students are if their students are getting the scholarship, they can go abroad. It depends on their own practice, on competition, on enthusiastic with the hard practice. That's important, very important.
Thank you, sir. So there are so many people who are listening to you live right now on our Facebook channel, and we would like to some words of motivation for them, and encourage them. A lot of people have this passion in their hearts that they want to go ahead with fine arts, and maybe somewhere their parents or their teachers, or they might be getting very good marks, so everybody's pressurizing them to go the regular way of life. So how would you, some words of wisdom from your side to motivate them to go for this career?
Don't pressurize to your kids to go to the fine arts. Actually, it's come through their own. If they come through their own, they will be a good students, or good. They can make a good career. If you pressurize to go to the fine arts, that not means it's not a engineering or medical practice students like that says who is getting good marks in high secondary, they will go to the medical or engineering. Many students are coming is the 90%. 90 this year. We have got 90. The one students got many students got the 90-some%. So they choose their fine arts. But don't pressurize to your kids to go to the fine arts. That depends on your kids. Give them the freedom.
Very rightly said, sir. I think very important to pursue your passion in today's life, because there are so many other stress, and which is why we have ECPT here, EduGuy Career Predictive Tests, to release the pressure. We want people to understand themselves better before it's too late.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Mr. Das. It was a great session, great learning. I, at this age, have been enlightened with so much new things about fine arts. There was very limited knowledge that even I had, and I'm sure these young kids, new generation, whose minds are like a sponge and they can absorb much more than I can do. I'm sure have taken a lot from your session today. And thank you so much for being with us.
Welcome. Thanks to you.
So here we come to here. That was Mr. Gautam Das with lots of experience. I think he shared great things with us and has made it more clear for us. However, if you have more questions, you can write to us. You can get in touch with us, and we will clarify those doubts for you. EduGuy Career Predictive Test is made to help our young generation to understand themselves better, to understand your attitude and aptitude. And it is not just a human who will decide and help you to understand yourself, but it is artificial intelligence, and nothing better than somebody who does not know you personally can assist you for your future. I request my IT team to play a short video for all of you to understand what ECPT is.
Are you stressed out, indecisive, and confused about your career? ECPT A1 20 Minutes, world's most technologically advanced career predictive test. IBM's AI and deep learning technology will match your skills and aptitude to over 1,400 careers. Get your career tested at ecptonline.com.
Okay, so that's about today's session. You can register on our website to take this test. It's a very simple test that will help you understand yourself better. The details have been put into our chat box. I request my team to put in all the details in the chat box. You may take the details from there. Log in to our website, EduGuy, and take this test. I'm sure it will change your life forever. With this, I would like to sign off. Thank you and have a nice day, all of you. Good evening. Good night.